In today's gospel, we hear about the presentation of Jesus in the temple, when Mary and Joseph, in fulfillment of the law, bring Jesus as a babe and present him to the Lord. And we get this marvelous scene, and there's a prophecy spoken by Simeon over Jesus. And we read that Mary and Joseph were amazed by it. Now, Mary and Joseph had an idea what was going on with this son. Mary, after all, had heard from an angel about the birth of the son, and yet she's amazed by this prophecy. So let's just take a look at those words for a moment. The prophecy reads like this: "Behold, this child is destined for the fall and rise of many in Israel, and to be a sign that will be contradicted, so that the thoughts of many hearts may be revealed." This is a kind of pattern of what it looks like when someone encounters Jesus. When they meet him, it's for the rise and fall of them. Their thoughts are revealed. That what's revealed about them then leads to them to have to make a decision about him. What are they going to do? And to choose to be a sign of contradiction or not. Let's just look at two cases. Consider the story of the rich young man, a story we well know. The rich young man comes up to Jesus and he calls him good teacher. So he has a sense of who Jesus is. He knows this is someone he needs to encounter and learn from. And he asks him, "What must I do to inherit eternal life?" And Jesus looks at him and says, in Mark it says it looks at him with love, and says to him, "Obey these commandments," certain commandments from the second part of the commandments. And he says, "These I have done from my youth." And Jesus then reveals the heart. He says, "Yes, but there is one thing more you need to do. Give up all your wealth and come follow me." He's revealing the young man's heart. It wasn't enough that the young man had followed those other commandments from his youth. He's going to get to the bottom of things. This is what Jesus does. And then once he reveals that, and you know who Jesus is, you have to make a decision. And in the case of the rich young man, he turns and walks away. And note how he walks away. He walks away sad. He said no to this remarkable invitation from Jesus to give up everything he has and come follow him. Think about that for a minute. In most other cases, Jesus heals, teaches, and then sends people on their way. This was an invitation to intimacy, a deep intimacy, and he walks away. Now consider another example. Consider the Samaritan woman at the well, also a story we know well. Here, this woman doesn't even know who he is, and part of the first portion of the conversation is about her starting to get a feel for who this man who's coming at a strange time to the well and asking for water is. He says strange, enigmatic things like, if you knew who was asking you for water, you'd ask for everlasting water. And she's not quite sure what to make of it. But what's he do as he's talking to her? He reveals thoughts. He gets to the bottom of who she is, and eventually even says to her, "You're right. You do not go back. You are not living with your husband. You've had many husbands, and the man you're living with is not your husband." And so her heart is revealed. She's exposed. This is what the Lord does. But note what she does. Instead of turning away and saying, "I don't want to hear any more of this. I can't take this," she's actually so moved by it. She knows that there's a way forward. She knows there's healing for her in this one. And she runs back to the village. She talks about Jesus, brings everybody back out, and it ends with them saying, "You know, we believed because of your testimony before, but now we believe he's the Messiah because we've met him." Here's the pattern for us as Christians. To encounter Jesus is to be exposed, to have our thoughts revealed, and to be faced with a fundamental choice. Brother Knights, this doesn't happen once in our life. It happens all the time. We all have things in our lives that we don't want revealed, things that we hide, sometimes things we don't know are there. As Psalm 19 says, there are hidden faults. Brothers, let's be ruthless with ourselves on this one. Let's let our thoughts be revealed so that once it's all out in the open, we can then choose Jesus Christ. Because the alternative is to walk away and to be sad. But if we choose for him, we're going to run to the village and we're going to tell everybody about it. And we're going to say, "I found the one. Here he is." This is the witness our world needs. This is the witness our family needs. This is the healing we need. Men, don't be afraid of letting the Lord reveal your thoughts. Don't be afraid of him testing our hearts, as it says in Psalm 139. Let's embrace that. Let's welcome it so that we can be the knights, the ambassadors, the men of Jesus Christ, the disciples he's called us to be. Vivat Jesu.